came home after dark, and this is what I came home to. This, and over here, that's the green Craftsman. This is the green John Deere. The adapter is fine. All thread looks good. So here's the culprit. You can see the axle is bent. I'm gonna see if I can come up with a way to straighten it. Sitting here with a John Deere, and the decision has been made to go from automatic to a manual. I couldn't get the axle to straighten. And the manual, we've got this dinky Craftsman here. One of the wheels is stuck on, and the pulley is rusted away. Be a good time to do a little work on that and adapt it to the John Deere. And the duals, the kit was just fine. All thread was straight, the wheel was straight, everything was good. And the tractor tires can go right back on this rear end. So I'm out in the sunlight doing a rear end comparison, and it looks like I thought I was going to have to build some funky adapters, but these holes and those holes are going to line right up. If I were to put a small pulley on, the belt might even work. And just thinking out loud, what used to control forward and backwards, I could adapt it for the brakes. I will have to cut a hole for the shifter. Other than that, here's crow's foot in action, pulling the wheel off. It's actually going really good. Okay, the stuck wheel is now off. My next dilemma, that snap ring, the rust, that's going to be fun. Time to get started on it. So I took the grinder with the cutoff wheel and I cut off that rusty piece of the pulley. And the rest of the pulley is almost pulled. That's where we're at. Pulley is completely off, and we have some pulley options here. This is a stock 9-inch pulley, or we could do a 6-inch pulley, but I'm leaning towards this 3-inch pulley. So I figured before somebody said it, I might as well go ahead and take this apart while it's out and lock it. Notice right now it is not locked. They're spinning opposite. Here in a few minutes they're going to be spinning the same way. Locking the rear end update time, I've got the case clean. The axle's cleaned up, all the gears are clean. It is next time to start welding. And I've got my Permatex for putting it together. Won't be long now. It is axle welding time. I've got a wheel holding up this axle. That's what's under this piece of OSB. I've got the wheel, OSB with a hole drilled, and there's axle. This is our first axle. We're about to weld it together. Okay, axle and spider gear are now together forever. Time to do the other side. Okay, with one side welded together and the other side not even welded yet, it's already a locker. There's just enough weld between the gear teeth, it don't spin anymore. But I'm gonna go ahead and weld it up solid. Might as well while we're this far into it. There is axle number 2, and we're off to the cooling station. The flowing well. You gotta love this part. And now we're on the edge of being ready to weld this baby together. So now all the gears are back in the case. I got Permatex all the way around making a gasket. All we gotta do is put the lid on and put the 16 bolts in. This locker's done. And so now the rear end is all put together. Maybe tomorrow we can start putting it underneath the Deere.